Lord Nias, are we almost there?
Yes. There is just one last thing to do. No one knows when the black tide first appeared beyond the distant horizon. But when it slowly encroached upon Amphoreus' borders, Nikador was the first Titan to venture forth. During the battle against the black tide, their sanity began to slip away. In their pride, the Titan could obliterate an entire archipelago with a single slash. But they could not sever the root of this corruption. They battled the black tide by sheer will alone, but ultimately succumbed to it. Before their divinity could be completely corrupted, they removed a part of it.
Could it be?
The fragment of divinity that they stripped away. The fragment they wanted to preserve the most was reason. The Titan believed that their reason would someday respond to their calling, to return to their body, and fulfill their sacred mission. They represent countless failed endeavors. With your help, I can finally put an end to everything.
Lord Nias, what do you intend to do?
Courage, honor, tenacity, and sacrifice. They are all versions of me. Hearing the murmurs of these soul fragments has led me to a conclusion. Nikador's soul is corrupted beyond the point of salvation. There is only one way to do so. The seal that binds their divinity is already broken. As long as we complete the soul forging here, Nikador will be whole once more. You will go into battle with a Titan nearly at the zenith of their powers. And when that happens, the glory of slaying a god will also be presented before you.
What about you, Lord Nias?
I will return to where I came from and become a part of Nikador's divinity once more. In all likelihood, I will also be consumed by corruption, an inevitable course of action if we hope to end this madness.
You are willing to sacrifice yourself for a future you won't get to witness.
This is my purpose, my origin. I am no mortal, and I do not fear death. Even so, will you still weep for me?
All farewells in this world are sorrowful, Lord Nias.
While we haven't known each other for long, I have learned much from you. In return, I'll teach you a lesson of mine before I go. Do not detest your talent, and do not abhor death. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust.
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world. What an irony.
Civilizations only grow under strife. Humans instinctively loathe suffering, yet suffering is the only thing that teaches them to stand unyielding and tall. She knows what it truly means to go to battle. Perhaps she can be your inspiration. If you die by my lance, then there's no need to reflect on what I said. But if you should send me to my grave, promise me that you will use my core flame to fuel a roaring blaze and continue the fight against the Black Tide.
On behalf of all the Chrysos heirs, I promise you.
I am Nikador, the Lance of Fury, the messenger of turmoil, and the embodiment of strife! Remember this! I am the scar that this world needs!
You hear that? What? They've returned!
Best me! Grant me an end! Infinity warrior! Corpus Equinox!
So, this is Nikador's true form. It's incredible. Well done on them. I was prepared to fight till the end of time.
This is where it ends. Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
This is being in sync.
We can do it! Trust me. We can do anything!
Treat our guests nicely. Until we meet again.
Another journey begins, destined for oblivion. Again.
Your time to shine. This is being in sync.
Mimi! Let me tell your wounds. Time to show you what's in your prescription!
Still waters of oblivion.
Don't worry. Night falls. Good night. Again. Rise and shine.
Not a bad idea.
Trust me.
We can do anything! Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Overcome the curse of mortality. Destruction shall be your reward.
Have some fun. Till we meet again.
Free will, or was it still waters of oblivion? I'm on it.
Mimi! What's in your prescription?
Next time it rains. Time for some sweet dreams. Treat our guests nicely.
Destined for oblivion.
This is being in sync. Rise and shine. Next time it
Another journey begins, destined for oblivion.
Just close your eyes. Night falls. Good night.
Trust me. We can do anything!
Time to question your prescription!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
I promise you, Lord Midas. Your nightmare will be over soon.
Rise and shine.
I'm on it.
Mimi! Stop messing around. Treat our guests nicely.
Free will, or was it still waters of oblivion?
Get it, Doctor? Don't worry. Just close your eyes. Night falls. Good night. Trust me.
We can do anything!
Bring an end to strife! Once and for all!
Have some fun. Till we meet again. Let me tend your wound. Next time it rains, I'll be there. Umbrella in hand. What is your prescription?
Don't worry, it's just a song.
Brace yourselves. This strike can obliterate worlds.
Again. Rise and shine.
Free will, or was it still waters of oblivion?
Get it, Doctor?
Trust me. We can do anything! Another journey begins, destined for oblivion.
Your time to shine.
This is being in sync?
Don't worry, night falls. Good night. Let me tend your wounds.
Free will, or was it still waters of oblivion?
Have some fun. Till we meet again.
Victory is at hand! Time for the final blow!
No longer must one wield a sword. From here on, the world shall no longer know strife.
It's finally over. Nikador's core flame.
Time passes quickly. It's been a long time since the last Titan fell. Now that the Lance of Fury is no more, we Chrysos heirs are one step closer to the Genesis, as foretold in the prophecy.
The silence here is stifling. The city feels so unfamiliar now that its Titan is gone.
You've exchanged thousands of blows with them. Your ears are probably just not used to this peace and quiet.
What's next?
I have an agreement with the Titan. The Chrysos heirs will take away their core flame and use it to start a bright blaze that'll illuminate our path onward.
You spoke with Nikador.
Something out there? Please. I need to know what it is.
Not now, Lord Mighty. I'll tell you everything once we return to Akama.
Aglaya mentioned that someone must touch the core flame and absorb it to become its temporary receptacle. Mighty, do you...
This honor is yours. Isn't it something you've been longing for?
But you're more deserving of it. You sustained all these new wounds from fighting them.
If you have any idea how exhausting it is to fight a protracted battle, you should know that pointless arguments are the last thing I want to get into now.
A little back and forth wouldn't hurt much. Coming to a decision so easily makes it seem like this is not at all a life-changing undertaking, you know? Come with me then, Core Flame. The vortex of Genesis is awaiting your return.
Are you alright, Fiden?
I don't think I felt anything at all. Or rather, it felt a lot easier than I expected. I had assumed that bearing the core flame would take a lot more out of me. In any case, let's return to Akama and share news of our victory with the two demigods.
Go with the rest, miss. I will catch up with you later. I would like to talk to Lord Nias again. One last time. Lord Nias. Lord Nikador. Can you hear me? I know that your only wish right now is to rest in peace. But you are the only one with answers to my deepest doubts. So, forgive me for disturbing you. Please tell me, do you know where Thanatos is? I must find them. The half of me that I've been deprived of since birth. I must take it back from them. I see. So even the Strife Titan has never seen death in the flesh. I will continue this arduous journey, even if I must travel to every corner of Amphoreus. I understand. The Chrysos heirs will fulfill the promise we made and see your unfinished work to its end. Such a peaceful end is not befitting of you, the bringer of strife into this world. But it's a good thing it's just me here. No one else can see what you look like in the final moments of your life. Poets will still describe you as an embodiment of madness and corruption, the god of war who incinerated all of their glory. Yet, at this moment, I am willing to send you into the gentle embrace of death, to a sweet land full of blossoming flowers. Farewell, Titan.
Aggie! They're back!
We completed the mission, Treeby. No broken limbs or severe injuries. Just a fiery core flame in the palm of my hand.
I can feel the core flame's warmth. Well done, Finan. It has been far too long since Amphoreus last saw the birth of a demigod. Having you take Nikador's place will surely invigorate the spirits of those in the holy city.
I want to be honest about this. I believe Mighty is the better candidate. He was once the crown prince of Kremnos, after all, and much of his lifetime was spent fighting alongside Nikador. He is more worthy of the title of strife than I am.
You have thought much about this, sweet child. But there is one thing you overlooked. The qualities you've mentioned are very likely the reasons my Demos refused this core flame. I do not doubt his strength and talents. In fact, he must have imagined himself becoming a god 1,000 times over. But he turned it down because he does not want to lead his people down the same path again. So I will ask you once more. Have you made up your mind, Finan of Ides Elysiae?
I am ready for this. I will shoulder the burden of divinity alongside the both of you. I am willing to make the necessary sacrifices.
Very good.
This day has finally come, Snowy. You've been wanting this all along, right?
If the prophecy hadn't found me back then, I would still be roaming the world aimlessly. Right now, though, I live for the sole purpose of dedicating myself to the mission of the Chrysos heirs.
I never once doubted your resolve. This time tomorrow, the Chrysos heirs will gather at the Vortex of Genesis to surrender the core flame that once belonged to Nikador, the Lance of Fury. Remember, this is unlike the unchanging rites our priests perform. No one knows the true cost a mortal must pay to accept Strife's divine authority. Your road ahead is still full of uncertainty. Use this time to properly rest, Finan.
I understand. Until tomorrow, then.
It's so peaceful, as if nothing even happened. The people of Amphoreus must have extraordinary spirits to be able to enjoy their lives, even in such troubled times.
They have Aglaya and Treeby to thank for that. It is because of their protection that the citizens are able to enjoy peace. Where did Mighty go?
He was exhausted, so he already went back to rest.
Our victory might not have been possible without your help. I'm sure you've heard enough words of gratitude, but it's only right that I... right. It would be the first time I thanked you, so thank you for your help, Miss Mem. Aglaya will gather us at the Vortex of Genesis this time tomorrow, where we'll perform a ritual to surrender the core flame. She only mentioned the Chrysos heirs, but if I invite you two, I'm sure she'll welcome your presence.
Is there anything we should know about this ritual?
From what Aglaya said, no one can predict what's going to happen, because each Titan's divine authority is unique. That's why I hope both of you can be there tomorrow. It'll bolster my confidence. That's settled then. The night's all yours, but get some rest before tomorrow's ritual. I should also take this time to sort out my thoughts. I'll see you soon, my friends.
Did you pick up on that? He seems troubled. I guess it's understandable, seeing how he's about to experience something extraordinary. The Titans may only be local gods of Amphoreus, but a mortal ascending to something else altogether sounds like a lot to take in. You're right. So much happened in so short a time that we haven't had the time to consider our own predicament. Our car's scrap. We've lost contact with the crew, and everything beyond the sky is taboo here. It's a pity we can't send March a message so she can help you finish your dailies. Once Finland's ascension ritual is over, we should start working out these problems of ours. For now, though, let's just head back to the bath chamber to rest and gather ourselves.
Faith can dispel the black tide.
Have you heard? Seems like all the rooms. I'd love to go in and take a look.
Among the soldiers, there was the famed city-state Kremnos, a place every warrior longed for. To be crowned champion of the Kremnos Festival was an honor that only the cream of the crop could attain.
There's no glory to be found in an accolade, only obtainable through slaughter.
A man blocks my way. His name is Midamos, Crown Prince of Kremnos. Despite being a man of few words, news of his deeds had traveled far and wide. His tale is an extraordinary one, they say. Cast off a cliff by his father at birth, he plunged into the Sea of Souls and drifted for 9 years.
He managed to survive all of that?
Even the god of death turned him away.
An immortal body, a gift bestowed upon the man. As with every other Chrysoserian Amphoreus, a blessing, yet also his curse. The taciturn man is seated at the table, expecting me to break the silence. Before us is a cup, filled to the brim with a crimson liquid. People considered it a Kremnoan tradition to sustain their bodies with fresh blood. In popular legends, every body on the battlefield was taken.
Arrogant amateur historian.
He sees straight through my pretense, his gaze as keen and piercing as a lion's.
This is pomegranate juice.
The man scoffs. The reason it's called a wild tale is because Castrum Kremnos has long vanished. When their god descended into madness, the city likewise became shrouded in fog. Rumor has it that during the last battle of Castrum Kremnos, this man too took to the battlefield, cutting down countless foes, fighting in a sea of blood. He drove his spear through the heart of the enemy king. Yet the tip of that spear was directed at his own homeland. A chatter breaks out among the people, and the man rises to leave. The truth of such rumors, he speaks only through his distant silhouette. A silhouette of a body that has withstood endless trials and faced death innumerable times, but bore not a single mark. Midamos, a hero of yore, now a traitor to Kremnos, the patricidal crown prince.
You should take this opportunity to rest, Lord Finon. The core flame ritual is tomorrow.
Today, tomorrow, what difference does it make? It's always morning in Akima under Kethely's protection. So long as the light continues to shine this brightly, I won't be getting any sleep. Why force myself to shut my eyes when I can instead take this time to calm my mind? and gather my thoughts. That counts as rest too.
Have you thought things through, then?
Not at all. Everything's a jumbled mess still. I don't even know where to start. The core flame was blazing hot in my palm in the beginning, but it has completely cooled off now. I can barely feel it. Miss Castorus, does this mean I'm a good match for Nikodor?
I don't quite get how it works, but if it's going to put you at ease, then I will say yes to that.
Thank you. That's the abyss in the distance. Oh, that reminds me of the question I didn't get to ask. Back in the temple with the scales of justice, when Orynyx was trying to deter us, why did you stop me, Miss Castorus?
Because I knew there must be another solution. Something more important than the fate of Amphoreus. It is far too cruel and unfair to ask that of you.
You should know that I would have gone ahead if Dan Heng hadn't come up with an answer in time.
I know. I should not have hesitated then. I stopped you before I even realized it myself. It's fortunate we had the both of them there with us.
Yeah. It's a good thing we had them.
Are you still thinking about the past, Lord Finon?
Every waking moment. I lied to the two demigods just now. I told them the duty of the Chrysos heirs is all I think about now. Do you think I managed to slip by Aglaïa's golden threads this time?
No one fools her, Lord Finon. She merely chooses to turn a blind eye to our lies.
You're right. How foolish of me to think I got away with it. I often wonder if someone as ordinary as me can really become a hero. I thought defeating Nikodor would quell the voice of doubt in my mind. But it has only grown louder.
I don't have the right words for you now, but I know you're far from ordinary, Lord Finon. Mighty often calls you deliverer in jest, but I don't believe he means it mockingly.
I should probably shut out these pointless thoughts and empty my mind until the hour of the ritual. I did that before sitting for Treeby's history exam. Who in the world could hope to go over those piles of documents and slates? I decided I was better off resigning myself to fate. That way I'd get more time to play and practice with my sword.
How did you do on the exam, then?
My score? I don't remember anymore. All I remember is Treeby punishing me to a full week of cleaning the Chrysos heir's bath, and no one was allowed to help me.
So High Priest Treeby can be strict too. Please continue with this mentality, Lord Finon. I believe you'll be all right.
Thank you, Miss Castorus. I think I'll stay here for a little while and keep all of those unruly thoughts out. It's not like anything will come of them anyway. The sights of Ides Elysiae, my homeland, have been flashing before my eyes lately. Those Kremnoans mastered some cutting-edge technology. If only I could separate my soul from my body too. That way I'd be able to fly my soul back to the comforting fields of my homeland anytime. That's the only place I can be momentarily at peace.
An utterly adventure. Feel free to replace blank with whatever description you see fit. Oh, I bet you're as curious as I am. So, what's going to happen next? Oh, keep it together. All that excitement isn't going to get you anywhere, you know. why don't you follow me into another tale on the other side of the cosmos? Ta-da! Recognize this place? Herta Space Station. The base of a genius and the cradle of science. Oh, look at all these puppets! Aren't they dearly exquisite? Let's just say I've already heard many others secretly gushing. She looks so pretty on more than one occasion. If you ask me though, they barely did justice to Madame Herta's beauty. Maybe just 10%. No, not even 1% of the real deal. Now, I'm no fawner here, just stating an objective fact. Remember this scene? Oh, it evoked so much emotion in me. The esteemed Madame Herta, Genius Society number 83, asking the great Noose a question. An attempt to gain a peek into the divinity's mysteries through them. Alright, so continuing from where we left off last time, this is where everything would begin for the genius smart enough to rewrite the history of the entire
Fourth mirror? Who exactly are you talking to?
Why, I was just ramping it up for our grand appearance, Madame Herta.
So a dramatic debut? But what are the odds of that happening? Sure, slightly plausible, if I did manage to talk to Droid Head. But guess what's the problem? They have no reaction whatsoever.
But look at this, Madame Herta. You're standing before Noose here.
Oh, that? That's a hologram. What? I can't possibly summon the real Droid Head here, can I?
Wait, what? You mean to say you've just been reciting your lines before a hologram?
Yeah, creating dramatic value. Isn't that what you're most obsessed with? Moving on. Don't try, but you wouldn't even begin to imagine how difficult it is to send a message to Noose. And I went all out for it. Powering the audience system alone required me to reconfigure the energy supply of the entire space station. I had to switch it to hibernate mode before rebooting everything. Do you have any idea how much that costs?
How much? How much?
I'm not in charge of finance. Go pose that to Asta instead.
So, you don't know either.
I am Herta herself, the emanator of erudition, and a true blue genius. Why would I be holding the purse strings? That menial task is beneath me.
You're absolutely right, Madame Herta. The IPC should really be providing a genius like you with all that you require, so you can freely dive into any research that tickles your fancy. With that said, Herta herself, emanator of erudition and true blue genius. What do you plan to do now?
What else can I do? Identify what's malfunctioning within the audience system and fix it, of course.
Don't take offense to my candid words, Madame Herta. You may be proficient in many aspects, but is hands-on work really one of your strong suits? I humbly suggest for you to contact Stephen instead.
Contact him and expose how I shelled out a bomb to send a message to Droid Head, only to screw up everything else?
All right. I get it.
Good that you do. There. That's the audience systems terminal. Come, walk with me. We'll check what's wrong with it.
Aye, ma'am. Oh, but I can't walk. I can only float.
What's with your witty remarks today?
the audience system? It looks just like the simulated universe.
Keen observation. They share the same fundamental logic and are pretty much identical in that regard.
Ah, I see. We call this referencing and not appropriation, right?
One more stupid remark from you, and you can watch Fifth Mirror reference your role because I'm going to be dropping you as my assistant. Focus now. The audience system is divided into 3 zones: energy supply, computing, and communications. Each zone operates independently and will only be integrated via the path of erudition when the system is booted. Sending a message to Droid Head involves more intricacies than you can imagine. If routine trials and maintenance on such an elaborately sophisticated system are already as bad as squaring circles, then it's no surprise for glitches like this to crop up.
I see. So, Madam Herna, can you use your professional judgment to tell which zone the glitch is in?
Of course, all 3. No sweat. They'll be up and running again after some simple technical tweaking. The 3 zones are compartmentalized, so we're going to have to troubleshoot them one at a time. Let's start with the energy supply zone. Get ready, and then we'll go over.
I'm just a mirror, Madam Herna. If you're ready, then your reflection in me will also be ready to go. Brr, why is this energy supply zone so cold? I'm already frosting up.
Why else? I've converted the energy core that supplies all of Herta Space Station into imaginary state and stored it in this zone. If not for the ultra-low temperature here, the space station would have long blasted up into the sky.
But aren't we already in the sky?
You're just a mirror? I don't need you to take on comic relief, too. Where did those things come from? Corrupted data? Reanimated systemic rust? No, not likely. It can't be the Legion's second ambush, right? Whatever. We have to get rid of them anyway. All right, stay close and try to avoid shattering to pieces. Take a look. This is pure genius in action. Take a look. This is pure genius in action. Open sesame. Destined for oblivion.
Need a doctor?
Helpless as ever. Expand your thinking. Take a look. This is pure genius in action. Open sesame. Impressive. Almost.
Still waters of oblivion. Not a bad idea.
Expand your thinking.
What's in your prescription? Break's over. Destined for oblivion. Not a bad idea.
Never seen perfection before? Open sesame. Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
And Madam Herta never fails to impress. Those things are no match for you.
A piece of cake. Now that this place is cleaned up, let's set everything in order and move on to the next zone.
here.
We're going to need out-of-this-world computing capability if we hope to meet Droidhead. If we can't churn out calculations faster than a Yottaflop's computer, then we can forget about having them notice our existence. But computers with too high a computing capability tend to attract computing stings like them. No one knows how these creatures evolved from their progenitor, the propagation.
Ah, the mysteries of life. But even so, they can't compare to a talking mirror. A question on the side, Madam Herta? You have these powerful supercomputers and so, what are they normally programmed to calculate?
Is that important? All that matters is that they work and are able to attract Droidhead's attention.
I suggest meeting Miss Asta for a chat when you have time.
Take a look.
A little something for everyone.
I don't have time for games. Expand your thinking.
Again. Destined for oblivion. I'm on it.
Let me tend your wounds.
Never seen that section before?
We can do anything!
Open sesame. Take a look. This is pure genius in action.
Don't be nervous. Just go.
I don't have time for games. Expand your thinking. Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a boy. Never seen perfection before? Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
Got onto my reflective surface.
Clean up after yourself. Can't you just wipe it off with your hands?
Ah! Good one there.
With those annoying bugs squashed, we're done fixing the computing zone too. These computers will get up to speed soon. Now we're just one final step away from requesting an audience with Droidhead.
Our last stop is the communication zone?
Oh? You have a good memory. Let's go see what's wrong in that zone.
What's all this? I didn't think your puppets would be in here too, Madam Herta.
Unsurprisingly, the communication zone is where a bridge for communication will be formed between Droidhead and the space station. Aggregating the path energy of the erudition, then firing a bond at the Eon, This is as good as tapping someone on the shoulder who's sure to turn back to look at you. Alas, our work is never this simple. Putting aside all that onerous legwork, a single glance from Droid Head could vaporize the entire space station if we're ill prepared.
I see. So letting the space station go into hibernation is a protective measure of sorts. To prevent it from slipping into operational overload and turning into a scrap world?
Very perceptive for a mirror.
Mirror see. And here. Mirror do. No, I neither have eyes nor ears. This dome seems to be functioning fine. These puppets are doing their job, and I don't see any obvious malfunction.
Things may look fine only on the surface.
Madam Herta, behind you. Huh? What does she want?
Let me take a look. This puppet should be number 2757.
How did you tell?
Shh! Don't distract me when I'm checking the puppet's parameters. 2757. That's strange.
What's wrong? Madam Herta?
The replica personality module is off. Well, that can't be. This parameter is set to be enabled by default. And the utterly absurd module has also been disabled? Something's definitely wrong here. I checked a couple days ago and made sure every puppet has it switched on. The attack, anything, everything module.
No, wait. Why? Do you even have such presets?
Is enabled. Intruder detected. Drats. Come and help me, Mirror. Anything, everything, attack! These are mimetic remnants of the remembrance? So they were the ones that corrupted and tampered with the settings of my puppets?
Not a bad idea.
Let me tend your wounds.
Recalibrating.
Never seen perfection before. Expand your thinking.
Join the battle.
Not a bad idea.
Support received.
Open sesame.
Egad! What a close shave. But why are these remembrance memes even showing up here?
That's not the only one. Look at them. Number 7631 and number 10136 are affected too.
Can't you do a factory reset on them?
Sorry to disappoint. The Absolutely Not module has been enabled, so not even I get to bypass its permissions. Whoopsie.
What were you really trying to achieve with these creations?
Just some toys to amuse myself with. Finding the source of the corruption can wait. These puppets no longer have use now that I'm here. Take them all out. Defective goods ought to be sent back to the repair center.
I urge you to go easy on them for the sake of the space station.